Get in that, buddy!
Crayloth, let's get the hell out of here.
I don't really have time to think too much.
Take that, beastie!
All right, I'm gonna kill the motherfucker.
Oh, that's a good idea, Dorian. You should hit it.
Doran's got a panicked face.
Jack! Dorian! What should we do?
Jack has a very keen mind.
I'm not a smart dwarf.
There's something beneath the ice. Ready yourselves.
Starts as kind of a loud yawning noise and turns into a scream.
Welcome back to Dice Shame, episode 75 on Thin Ice.
MVP this week is Jamie DWN, who's joined us recently on Discord. Jamie's a real sweet guy and is a big fan of Dice Shame. Thanks for hanging out with us, Jamie.
Thanks, buddy! Looking for an unforgettable audio experience? Check out Sound Booth Theater, a full-service audio production company that specializes in multicast audiobooks and sound effect-enhanced deep dives, which add ambience and heart to the stories they read. Our very own Justin James is a huge part of this company, along with Jeff Hayes and a number of other fantastic narrators. Head to their site, www.soundbooththeater.com, to check out some amazing audiobooks and stories.
Definitely go check him out.
All right, shall we do this?
Yeah, let's play some D&D.
Get ready for a long intro. I'm in a worrisome place, guys, because I'm in a place where I really like my two sets of die that I'm rolling with. I need to replace
That's
one.
dangerous.
I love these two sets. We've done it. I just rolled a natural 20, so I need to keep these sets.
Sounds like you just wasted a natural 20 is what I heard.
I'm sorry, Rob.
That's all
I'm
good.
sorry, Jeff.
Jeff,
Oh my
fuck, that's
god,
hilarious.
did you guys re-listen to the start of this most recent episode?
It's very good.
I laughed so hard.
Me too. Especially, what's that thing called when you have music in the background? Everybody's like, oh,
Montage.
The fact, yeah, that was great.
I was like, oh my God.
You know what? Our intro should just be
So
us talking
funny.
about how good our other intros are.
Have you heard
That's
our other
funny,
episodes? They
we are.
fucking rock. If you haven't, if this is your first one, go back and listen to another one. I don't know.
You want a recipe for popcorn? Go check it out. Of
People really liked that.
course, it's good popcorn. Anyway, sorry,
good
do your
popcorn.
proper intro.
I mean, I don't really have a proper intro. Here I go. Do you guys remember that show, Fear Factor?
Yes. The one with
Yeah.
Joe
I mean, I
Rogan.
know it existed.
Yeah, it
but
was
I've
Joe
never
Rogan.
seen an episode of it.
Is it Joe Rogan?
It's Joe Rogan.
And people ate like weird stuff and did weird stuff.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I used to love
He ate
that on
bugs.
Survivor when they had to eat the bugs.
Oh god.
And I was remembering how Fear Factor, that was like a whole component of the show. It was like climb up really high and don't die. Get, I don't know, entombed in concrete or
And
some
then
shit.
eat this beat. Entombed in concrete.
I don't know, dude. And then,
Die.
like,
Step
think that's-
one,
I think you're
climb
thinking
this
of
mountain.
Saw.
Step two, fucking
Are
die.
you afraid of dying? Just
and
do
then
it.
eat
Try
this
it.
alligator.
Saw off your own arm.
He won $20,000. Now let's chip him out.
I don't know. I just always thought it was kind of fun.
No, it is.
It's
But
a
that's
fun
very much
show,
you.
right?
You like all that stuff.
I do. I
it's-
like the extreme stuff.
Can't deal with that gross out kind of humor stuff. It's no good.
You know what? I was really into that as well. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good reality game TV shows. Like I really enjoyed it.
I'm too empathetic or something. I just get too grossed out. I put myself right in, like watching somebody else do something like that. I'm right there, and I'm like, nah, I can't. I don't want to eat a bug right now. I'm just not.
Aw.
It's no good for me.
I'm gonna side with Justin because he and I haven't spoken yet, and I'm thinking maybe we're on the same page because I'm kind of
Definitely.
indifferent. Oh, you're in?
Yeah, no. I'm like, I definitely haven't said anything. I don't know.
What did you
I
do?
watched the show sometimes. I was like, oh, that's a thing, and that was the thing. And it was
Yeah, you
it
and
was
I are
the
on the same
thing.
page because I'm very like, like don't get me wrong. When it comes to those reality shows, because Joe tends to like them, I can absolutely get whipped up into a frenzy.
I'm not like sitting in front of the TV watching like
The Bachelor in Paradise.
right.
Not that there's anything wrong with those shows.
No. I know that Joe really likes the reality Survivor / Fear Factor type show. And to my knowledge, that's the only two that exist in that circle.
Joe Fallick or Joe Rogan?
Both. Joe definitely likes his own show.
But if we are to talk about reality shows that you are into, Harlan, cooking reality shows,
Oh,
you
absolutely.
were into that.
To a degree. I like cooking, But there is a spectrum where the reality aspect takes over that I become extremely disinterested in. And
Yes.
to use an example that we've been watching, the Great British Bake Off, we watched a few seasons. We watched the first 3 seasons. And then
Is that what it's called, though?
the Great British Baking
Isn't it called the
I think
Baking
it's
Show?
actually just the Great British Baking Show.
That's the Great British Bake Off.
Everyone
I
calls
don't-
it Bake
I don't
Off,
really
but
know.
it's not called Bake Off.
Regardless, there's an element where the reality TV takes too much and I get disinterested. And that's kind of happened.
I
I
agree.
think we got 4 seasons in and they're only like 8 episodes each. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of good to take a break from this because it becomes too much. Especially the American shows, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're the worst.
Is she going to be able to take the flan out in time?
That was like that.
Flan.
Nailed
Fan.
it.
Yeah.
Does she know how to pronounce flan or flan? Which is it?
Do I know how to pronounce it?
Joe will make the argument because they do not know what a fucking macaroon is.
You know what? It's so funny because in the first few seasons, Paul Hollywood fucks it up consistently over and over again. And then in like season 3 or something, he kind of figures it out. He's like, oh, it's
Does
macaron.
anybody call him Pollywood?
But they're the same thing. There's a great video by Adam Ragusa who breaks down like macarons and macaroons are the same thing, just filtered through like they're very recent. Like the very recent that macaron as a French, oh, that's a fancy thing. That's a new dessert. It's brand new. Like within our lifetimes invented and given the name macaron to sell to yuppies. Like it's not a old dessert with a.
It's still a real thing, though.
Doesn't a macaroon have like coconut in it though?
You should watch
But
this
aren't
video.
they
It's very
spelled
good. They're the
different?
They are.
Like it's
Oh.
it's not a dessert with a long storied history. It's a dessert sold to kids.
You know what I hate in cooking shows? You ready for this? Tall burgers. These stupid Gordon Ramsay burgers that are like a foot tall and the burger is like a piece of meatloaf.
Yeah.
And you have to literally saw it in half and flip it over and use a knife and fork to eat a burger. I cannot stand tall burgers and they need to go.
Your mouth just ain't big enough, Harlan.
No, I'm not a fucking snake.
You know what? I have to say that I'm probably going to be on my own here because I'm not really a Caesar drinker, but I see these Caesars that have like a freaking meal stacked on top on a pin,
Oh, that's fair.
you know, stuck into the drink. And it
Yeah.
kind of irritates me. I'm like, pick a drink or pick a meal. Like,
Okay, so
Really not a-
in the frat house of Dice Shame, when it comes
That's fair.
to watching TV together, Alex and I are on the couch when we're watching Fear Factor. We're all into it. Harlan and Justin are going to hang out for a little while and then they're going to go play video games.
With our
Rob-
nice flat burgers.
Rob is in a different room because he can't watch the show. However, when the Caesars come around, Alex cannot stand the salad Caesar. I need my Caesar to have at least 3 kinds of vegetables in it.
Yeah.
I want a pickled bean. I want
saw-
a stalk of cucumber.
about balance.
I want a piece of.
that's
Okay.
fine. I literally saw, I think my wife was out and her and a girlfriend had these Caesars that had like a fucking clubhouse sandwich pinned on top.
Yeah.
I'm not
Kinda
even
ridiculous.
exaggerating. It was like a clubhouse
I'm
sandwich and then a
involved.
donut and then an ice cream sundae pinned on top.
Donut.
I'm like, what in the hell is going on there?
But to put it in perspective,
It's like a $25 drink.
I don't think Joe necessarily likes those tall things as much as you like the pickled things on it. Because if someone was like, would you like one in your drink or would you like an entire plate of pickles, pickled radishes, pickled cucumbers, and pickled pickles? Would you not take just the pickled thing? I think you
Correct.
just really like pickled things.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
It's an added bonus of how they're delivered
The
because you kind of get a
opportunity-
freebie.
I mean,
For brined vegetables.
But I,
Yeah,
and I
she's-
just pulled
she's
that.
German,
I pulled that
so
in
she
there
likes-
because I would agree with you, Harlan, on the big hamburgers. It kind of goes hand in hand. You know, like
tall burgers are the worst.
tall burgers, you can't bite into them. You're using.
maybe I got a big mouth. I'm very ambivalent to tall burgers. They're fine. They're not my favorite, but whatever. I don't.
I eat them.
And I don't care for Caesars. I'm the worst. I got no friends in this.
That's
frat
Come
house
on,
yet.
Rob. Join us.
But all
Rob,
the pickled
you-
things, I'm
you-
there for that. I'll
You
eat
just,
those
yeah,
off
but-
the
just
Caesar.
don't like oyster juice.
Can we just circle back to that tall burger thing? What do you mean? What do you mean you don't care about tall burgers? They're the worst. How are you going to eat a tall burger if it comes to you?
Divisive.
I
Maybe
mean-
you've never had a tall burger.
I
because
definitely
it's
have, but you
tall.
everything has a corner, and you just bite into a corner, and maybe you don't get one of everything in the whole thing. If
It literally doesn't
No,
have a corner.
No,
it's a
they
circle.
don't have corners. You have to cut them in half. Have you seen a tall burger?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a tall burger, bro.
Have you seen it?
Bro, have you seen a tall burger?
I'm
Yeah, he's seen a tall burger.
I'm certain I have.
I don't think this is all going to make it into the intro.
I
it'll
would
make
hope
it
not.
in.
It must.
It
must.
the
make
sort of
it in.
reality TV I can watch a ton of. Did anybody watch Project Runway?
Oh,
Project
No.
Runway.
Oh
No.
man, anything
I
that
know
that
of
is
it.
like these are artists being creative and thinking through problems where they're given like you have macaroni, make a dress, and I'm like, oh, fuck, how is that even possible? And then someone will do it and it's immaculate, and you're like, that's stunning.
Kind of like drag show.
or there's like a glass blowing one.
Drag Race.
I would have guessed if I was gonna. I thought if you liked a reality show, Rob, I would have guessed you were into like a terrace house type.
I never
Terrace
watched
House
a
is
Terrace
good.
House. Is that a
Terrorist House? I've never heard.
I would be surprised if you
Yeah,
just like
that-
that. I think you'd enjoy that.
You know what I think I hate more than tall burgers is flimsy buns that
Yeah.
just are just full of air.
Oh yeah, they're
a
bad.
tall burger with a good structure to it compared to like a short one that's made of shitty stuff that falls apart in your hands? Absolutely.
I disagree.
Should we play some D&D?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, here's the segue.
Oh, there it was. We were looking for it for so long.
Speaking about a
a
story
segue.
about a hamburger. So Harshnik is leading the way. He's traveling with you guys to Everland, but he's taking the back roads. Because he doesn't want to be on the road seen with you guys. It's a bad look to be hanging out with giants, but saying that you're a giant killer. And he hears what you say about these dwarves and maybe it not looking good for you guys. So you're keeping it on the down low. He's taking you through the wilderness a little bit.
Red's eating his breakfast meal from Crayloth. Crayloth, these are fantastic. I feel a little bit temporarily stronger.
Yeah. About 3 temporary hit points stronger for each of you.
Nice.
That's very tasty.
I gave one of these bits of jerky that cured overnight to the giant as well. It'll make you stronger.
It disappears between two of his teeth.
Yeah, he just gets it stuck there.
If you get a splinter, this'll help.
It's mid-morning and the sun is bright. Although it is very cold, the snow is shifting across the surface of the land, mirage-like. And
Are we still in the trees or like out on a field?
you're kind of out in the open, though you're away from the road, so you can't see the road. There's maybe a couple of hills between here and there, maybe a wooded area.
I think Red is taking the lead, the far lead, maybe 20 feet ahead of everybody.
I'm sort of in the back, I would say.
Yeah, Jack likes being in the middle somewhere. I think he's got Kieran flying circles up above, trying to see interesting things and update this like map of the surrounding area with anything we
Yeah. And Crayloth is next to Jack, ushering Jackson to try to follow Kieran. Be like, come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, Jackson's taking some nervous circles in the sky, not really used to being out in the open land like this, but, you know, taking a cue out of Kieran's book, and I think they're becoming friends.
see. Nice.
And Harshnag is probably maybe keeping pace with you, Red, but like also leading the way, but sort of keeping a little bit of distance between himself and the rest of the party.
Well, it's a nice day. Very peaceful out.
It's kind of cold crisp out, isn't it?
Like a pink rose apple.
Yeah.
The quiet of the morning's trek is broken by a deep groaning sound.
Jack, quiet down back there. I know we're going back to Everland, but
It's just the worst. Ugh.
Did you guys hear that?
And maybe Red, with your high passive perception, you're the first one to intuit the meaning of this growing noise, this loud sound that starts to reverberate from underneath your feet. And you have just a moment's notice before the ground beneath you starts to shift. Everybody make a dexterity save.
Oh, fuck.
Dexterity. Dexterity is my dexterity.
11.
Fail.
No!
17.
Succeed.
Nice.
16.
Succeed.
7.
Fail.
Succeed.
Uh-oh.
And Harshnag fails as well with a 10.
Uh-oh.
Insta-death?
With this creaking, groaning sound, the snow and ice underneath your feet starts to shift and then crack as water opens up underneath you.
Oh, shit.
Crayloth and Dorian, you're unable to jump to safety. But Jack and Red, you keep your feet. And you see just off to the side, Harshnik also loses his balance and falls into this gaping rift in the ice. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh,
shit.
Bum, 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 bum. Fuck off. I'm just rolling.
You always say fuck off after
Fuck
initiative.
off. Yeah, you do.
Always. It's so funny.
Natural one.
Oh.
For shame.
Oh,
Fuck off.
man. Fuck off.
And also natural one for Harshnik.
Come on.
Shame, shame.
We were not
Sorry, guys.
prepared.
Tell
We
me
were-
what
we
is
were
this dice shame game?
Lollygagging.
What about Doran?
Dorian got a Doran's rolling the foreign.
A 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Dorian rolled a 4. Alex
Yeah.
rolled a 4 for Dorian.
5 for Jack.
I got a 23.
Oh, is that it?
Krayloth?
14.
Not
Right
bad.
in the middle.
Okay, guys. So we have Crayloth, we have Doran, we have Harshnig all going in the drink. It is cold ice water below, dark and deep.
Yeah. Not fun wearing full body armor.
Additionally, with this, Red, it's your turn and you hear another sound. Starts as kind of a loud yawning noise and turns into a scream.
Oh, fuck.
That's
Doran,
it.
is it
You
cold?
got it. Got
Oh,
it.
yes, it's cold. Oh, it's so cold.
Can I discern where it's coming from?
Underneath you.
Oh, fuck. Red panics. He spins around to see this massive break in the ice. How big is the water exposed right now?
I mean, it's kind of a jagged, large break, probably, unfortunately, caused by Harshnag's huge mass. It stretches between, 30 and 40 feet in all directions.
Okay.
Kind of jaggedy shards of ice.
Red hears the breaking of ice deep beneath his feet as well and sort of takes a half step back. He reaches back and he tears a patch from his new robe and he throws a 12-foot rowboat towards Crayloth, which lands in the water
That's awesome.
with a and this rowboat just like appears before you, Crayloth.
What in Kelevor?
Wow.
Get in that, buddy! You too, Dorian! Because I think it's going to be much easier to get in a boat than to try to climb back on
Onto
breaking
the
ice.
breaking ice.
Brilliant, Harlan.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so this 12-foot rowboat just appears. Then Red yells to everyone, "There's something beneath the ice! Ready yourselves!" And I'll go 30 feet towards the direction we were heading to get some distance from the breaking ice.
Cool. Okay, so Crayloth, you're floundering in the water. Right beside you, this little patch of fabric lands and then whoom, morphs into a large wooden rowboat. Jack, you are just adjacent to Crayloth, but you've managed to cling to solid piece of ice. And then Dorian, you're floundering nearby.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you feel the water under your feet move with the passage of some great creature, and it breaks the surface of the water in a shower of ice.
Oh my God.
This creature has a huge, long, serpentine body topped with spines. It's blue and yellow in color, and it's got kind of an insectoid face. It screams at you again for disturbing it
Oh no.
in its sleep, and then tries to eat you, Crayloth.
I hope it doesn't.
27 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh, wah.
You're not going to like this.
I am not. I know for sure I'm not.
You take 35 piercing damage
Oh.
and
And
12 lightning damage.
what
Whoa!
the fuck?
Yeah, as electricity just charges between its mandibles and electrocutes you.
It's like 47 damage period.
You are also grappled.
Oh, fuck.
What's your HP?
I believe it is at 26.
Holy shit.
Crayloth, it's your turn. So right now, Crayloth, you're considered as being held out of the water. So this creature has taken you in its terrible jaws and is holding you like 5 feet in the air.
So Crayloth is completely surprised. 1 minute he's falling into frigid, icy water. The next he's in the jaws of this giant, frigid monster.
Yep.
And he is just on impulse going to try and break free.
Make a strength check.
And I am going to use inspiration.
Not a bad idea.
18.
That'll do it.
Nice.
You
Alright.
squirm out of this creature's jaws using your substantial strength to pry its mandibles open, and you fall, splashing into the water below you. What do you do now? That's your action.
Then I am going to, as a bonus action, cast Sanctuary on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever this creature tries to attack me again, it has to make a wisdom saving throw. And as a movement, I'm going to pull myself up onto the ice.
So, Crayloth, you pull yourself up out of the water onto the ice and just lay there, bleeding at Jack's feet. Jack, what do you do?
Krayloth, let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
And I'm going to grab the spell guard sphere and reach down and grab Crayloth and explode with a explosion of thunderous energy that's going to catch this thing to make a constitution save for me, please.
DC 15 Constitution?
That's the one.
16.
So he will take 10 points of thunder damage, and we will appear 30 feet beyond red somewhere.
Cool. So you travel southwest, kind of perpendicular to the shoreline, approximately.
Yeah, just trying to get a little bit of distance between us and this creature. Just looking at the creature while we were casting that spell, am I able to learn anything about it? Have I heard any stories about this sort of thing? Have I heard of this kind of critter?
They're not terribly common. You can roll a nature check.
I got a 12.
Yeah, you've never heard of this creature before.
Oh, Icebug swimmy thingy.
Yeah, so what is your spell explodes?
You teleport yourself into an unoccupied space within range. Immediately after you disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of space you left must make a constitution save. You know, it's a thunderous boom.
So as you reappear just behind Red on the ice, you hear a cracking boom as some of this ice gets demolished from where you were standing. Dorian, it's your turn. You are floundering around in the ice. What do you do?
Oh, Dorian is, do you think from the waves and stuff, the boat might have made it closer to me?
Probably not.
Good use of my boat.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I wanted to use it, but
I guess what's going on in Dorian's mind? He's still my little, courageous dwarf. I'm gonna face it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna run because I
So
can't.
you can swim it's double movement to swim through
Okay.
this icy water.
I get up onto the boat.
Yeah.
Am I within range then of this? I guess I am. Eh?
You're right up next to its writhing, gross body. You see that it's got like 80 little arms that are topped with these pincers that have like fins on them.
Okay. So I'm looking at this from the bright side. Little arms to swing at. So I'm gonna make 2 attacks.
Okay.
Because that first one was a 2. I'm gonna re-roll it. I'm gonna use lucky
Okay.
because I want these to hit.
You want them to hit.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
idea, Dorian. You should
know.
hit it.
go for it. Yeah, you can
Dorian
do it.
is stupid.
Okay. 27 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. There we go.
Doing 9 damage.
Dorian, as your axe collides with this creature's body, a bolt of electricity just leaps out into Orc Splitter and up the body of the axe, and you take 9 lightning damage.
Oh, man.
yuck. Okay.
You see Dorian's skeleton.
Yeah, just for that 1 second.
Dorian and lights.
I don't really have time to think too much, so I'm going to take a second swing. I don't have time to think about why I just got electrocuted.
So true.
I'm
Admittedly, Dorian is not a smart dwarf.
I'm not a smart dwarf.
Stupid.
I just
I'll show you,
figure-
Toaster. I'll stab you one more time.
standing there, teeth a jittering, beard icicles, shattering from lightning bolts.
True.
I stand there kind of in shock and literally in shock. And I look over across the pond and I see Red with his bow kind of ready to take a strike. And I yell, Red, he's going to electrocute me again. Shoot him. You're going to add 5 points to your damage if you hit this guy. So go for it.
All right, Dorian. Oh, natural 20.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
36 damage.
Nicely
Nice.
done.
Whoa.
Thanks, Dorian. Are you all right?
He stands there frozen.
Harshnik pulls himself up out of the water onto the ice beside this creature and takes a step back, and with his long reach attacks with his great axe. He's going to swing twice. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Nice.
Hey.
I actually get to use it this time.
We're not going to
It's
interrupt
so
this one.
exciting. I'm going to use my phone because there's too many dice.
You're on the side of the
Nice.
heroes.
Harshnag is allowed.
Good sign.
Yes. So I'm going to roll 6d12. That's 45 damage.
Wow.
And he's
Heyo.
going to roll it again. He makes a second attack.
That's a heck of an axe.
That was only 15. So he just like hacks a good portion of this creature's little tiny legs off on the one side and then takes another swing, but he slips on the ice. And another huge portion of this lake cracks and falls into just shards of ice. He falls back down through the ice as it dissolves into shards underneath his feet, and splash, he falls in.
Well, good call on going to the boat,
That's
Dorian.
great.
Yeah, because Dorian, you're
Yep.
fine. You're still
Yep.
sitting pretty in this boat.
Sitting pretty frozen.
Well said.
Red, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to kill the motherfucker. Oh, no.
Oh no, what'd you get?
That's only a 8.
No, that misses.
It's not
I'm
going
gonna
to
roll
do
again. Come on, here we go. I'm still going to use my sharpshooter.
He catches the arrow in midair and then just snaps it in his little mandibles.
And as he's snatching it, I shoot at him again with a 24.
it. Oh!
Motherfucker. So like it catches the first one, and Red almost did it purposefully as he fires the second one. Now that he's like just got the first one, it opens a weak spot under his arm, and the second one sinks in.
Which arm?
Third one from the left.
The one that's not there anymore. It's just a hole. It's
23 damage.
Good job.
Suck on that. And I'm going to move back my full move action with feline agility.
Leaving Doran relatively alone on the ice.
he's got a giant with him.
The creature grabs you in its jaws, Doran, with a 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Damn it.
Doran, you take 44 piercing damage
Oh, fuck.
and 10 lightning damage, and you're grappled.
Oh, my.
Doran, you try to break free, but you're clamped securely in this creature's terrible jaws, and you're helpless as it takes you under the water into the dark and cold.
Dorian!
Go!
And this is where, audience, you're all going to hold your breath till I come back up.
Next week. Should we play through the rest of this battle?
Yeah.
All right, so unfortunately, this creature is no longer visible, and neither is your friend Doran. Crayloth, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Crayloth is going to
Take a nap.
push himself up off the ground. Say, thanks, Jack. Oh, thank Kalimvor you were there. And Crayloth, as he pushes himself up, he's going to stagger forward, and he's going to cancel his sanctuary, and he's going to cast Beacon of Hope on himself.
Okay.
As he tries to make his way back towards the ice. Where's Doran?
Can't see him anymore.
It took him under.
Shit.
All right, let's go back to Everland.
So the rules for holding your breath in D&D are such that you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your constitution modifier.
Oh, That's pretty.
So you
great.
can hold your breath for quite a while, Doran.
Several rounds.
1 plus so I can hold my breath for 5 minutes.
Jack, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm running 30 feet towards the water. I am misty stepping 30 feet under the water, and now I've got a swim speed of 40 feet to try and see the thing and swim as close to Doran and this creature as I can go as I dive down to try and get to Doran and this critter.
Cool.
Wow.
That's your whole movement, right?
Superhero Jack.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Don't forget there's Steven.
Jack, you just like dash across the ice, jump in the water, and then deep underneath the water. You see it there, this long form. It's bigger than you imagined. Oh boy, its body coiling and uncoiling in the depths. You're just seeing like sunlight coming down through the places in the ice where it's been exposed to open air. The water feels thick with cold.
Yeah.
And it almost takes your breath away. Bubbles just explode out of your mouth, and then you see him. You see the face of this creature, and Doran, small, struggling within its mouth. So yeah, you're about maybe 25 feet away from the creature.
So I had 30 feet to get to the edge of the water. I misty stepped 30 feet. So I became a mist and became mist 30 feet underneath the water. And then I can swim 40 feet because I have the ring of swimming. So that's 100.
Okay, yeah. So if you use your ring of swimming, you can get right up to this beast.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to be within our arm's reach a Doran, maybe just on the far side of him.
Cool. Doran, it's your turn.
Doran's got a panicked face. He's holding his breath. But I'm going to second wind this as a bonus action, which means I roll a d10. Is 4 hit points, which seems so pathetic when it all comes down to it. Oh, I'm grappled, right? What do I have to do to ungrapple?
So you can make, as your action, an escape check, basically, where you can use athletics to try to escape.
Right. 25.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful.
Ungrapple.
So you squirm free of this creature's grasp. It's the giant's turn. He's going to swim to the edge of the ice and pull himself up. And he doesn't have a target to attack, so he's just going to move west along the edge of the ice.
Cool.
Red, it's your turn.
Red shouts towards the water, "Steven, get in the game!" And the dolphin just sort of pops up from the water, and he's like, "Go down and see if they need help. And if they're in trouble, bring them this." And I reach into the bag and I toss the balloon backpack.
Oh.
I feel like that could be like a life preserver, right? Like you pull it, and it's like, poof, like it would just, worst case scenario, if Dorian goes down, strap that shit on him, and the dude's gonna get back up the surface.
That's interesting.
I throw it at Steven. Steven's like, and like puts it in his mouth and like dives down towards the others.
Yeah.
And
Steven sees this full scene. This terrifying, undulating monster. This monster lashes out at you, Jack, and tries to grab you in its jaws.
Yay.
It's a 29 to hit you.
That'll hit.
36 piercing damage.
That is a lot of piercing damage.
And 12 lightning damage.
Well, I have 5 hit points left.
oof.
That's all you need. It's Crayloth's turn. Crayloth, you are standing on the shore. There are bubbles coming up from the water.
Crayloth is going to shout, "Jack! Doran!" He turns back to Red. "Ooh, what should we do?"
We wait. Get ready. When that thing comes up, get close enough so we can give it the old one too.
All right. I'm going to try to get closer. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself as a level 3. And because of Beacon of Hope, I get just max healing. So I don't have to roll any die.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's going to be... I'll heal a bunch. 8
It's gonna be
times
a
3,
bunch.
24. So I heal 27.
Nice.
Oh, so much art.
Jack, it's your turn. You are being just cradled in this creature's jaws.
Yeah, not loving that. Doran's within 5 feet of me, though.
He still is.
And so I think not being able to take another shot like that, I'm just going to reach out towards Doran, and the Spellguard sphere is going to glow, and we're going to explode in a big whoomph of sound and head 90 feet towards shore.
Cool.
Nice.
Under the water still, or just...
No, up on the ice, trying to get at a
I wonder how easy it is for you to judge how high up you need to get.
He does
Jack
have a keen
has
mind.
a very keen mind.
That's true. You always know which direction is north. All right, you slam into the top of the ice. No, I'm just kidding. You do great, and you land exactly where you want it to go, and everyone's proud of you.
Beautiful. And this thing should make a Constitution saving throw,
It will.
or take 20 points of damage.
18.
Take 10 points of damage.
I will.
Thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
Dorian, it's your turn.
Takes a deep breath and thank you, Jack.
I got you, brother.
That was cold and shocking. Oh, I've gotta. There's nothing I can do here.
Yeah.
I disengage. I stumble towards the shore, and you know what I do is I start piling up some wood. I get up the bank.
I mean, it might
Way up the
come
bank.
across the ice and try to eat us, but at least we can't drown on land.
Tear Jack's books apart to make a fire.
yeah. No, I start building kindling
It's not funny.
and shaky hands and
Dorian, great job. Retreat.
build a fire, warm up, avoid hypothermia.
Harshnag is going to continue traveling around this break in the ice. And as he does, more ice begins to crack and fall into the lake.
Oh.
Crayloth, you fall in,
Yep.
but everyone else is now just fine. It's your turn, Red.
Steven! I scream loud enough for him to hear me. And he pops back up. Get that onto Crayloth's back! And he sort of nods. And he's going to move 60 feet. And this little dolphin comes up and helps you put on the backpack.
Oh.
So cute.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, dolphin friend.
And then the dolphin looks back to me. Pull it!
No. I'll be okay. I'll just.
And the
I'll just
dolphin
use it if I
nods
need it.
and pulls the cord and it immediately inflates.
Yeah, you begin to move up and out.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Ha! Take that, beastie. And he's getting higher and higher. And higher.
And then I'm going to move 90 feet to the south, which probably should be enough to get me to the shore. Float over here, Crayloth!
I don't know how.
For some reason, I know it's not, but for some reason, I imagine this attached to Crayloth's butt, and he's floating with his hands down.
That's the image you get.
Maybe Steven put it on him.
Steven looped it on backwards. He
Yeah.
put his legs through the armholes.
Oh yeah.
And he's just got his hands dangling
Well,
down.
that shield and the mace, that pulls you in it. There's some gravity there. You're
Hey, at least I can defend myself like this.
That's
True.
right.
Looking at the base. Yeah.
And as you float up and over this frozen lake, Crayloth, you see the creature writhing around in the darkness in anger below you from being cheated of its prey.
Yeah, and as I'm floating up, I'm realizing I'm getting higher and higher and higher, and I'm like, oh, too high. And then I see the water and floating ice just break apart as this maw of this beast just jumps straight towards me. And I'm like, higher.
It closes its jaws just feet from where you're hanging and then falls back with a huge splash into the water.
I'll see you guys at Everland.
Back to Everland with a big friend. Thanks again to our Patreon supporters Christopher Ryan Evans, Mitchell Cadwell, Jessica Orrit, Colin Burkhart, Daniel, Doug, Katie Orrit, and Merlin. You make all of this possible. See you soon.
I'll do the sound effects for the cracking ice. Crick, crack, crickety, crackety, crick, crack, crick, crack. I'm just giving you stuff to use for your songs, Harlan. That's all.
I appreciate that.